Morning guys, this is Hannah and thank you for tuning in for another video. Today we will talk about everything in terms of the current situation with the economy, with the stimulus, and answer some questions that I'm getting for a bunch of my clients. So I'm sure a lot of you watching the video may be having the same, or someone that you know may be having the same questions. So make sure you watch the video till the end for me to answer those questions. Now, to begin, officially it looks like the US is in recession. Basically, the end of February 2020, the US is in recession. For anyone who is not aware of how we define recession, it's basically 6 months of declining economic activity, be it your production, manufacturing, retail, sales, or incomes in general, is basically recession. And looks like we've been in it since February end. Also, the World Bank came out and said the global economic activity is to be shrinking at about 5.2%. Not a great news, but if it's to any solace, looks like the entire world is in the same mess and not just US in general. So we're all in the same boat. That being said, S&P 500 does not seem to agree with all the other grim information around there. If you haven't already noticed, seems like stock market has made up all the losses of the last few months, and probably some of the days gone higher than that. So it certainly is not, and I always say that, not always is it a correct representation of what's happening on in the economy. The ground reality to what the stock market is, how the stock market is reacting, is not always the same. Though, of course, if it's a big news happens, it does crash as the news if it's something bad, and it goes up if there's something good in general. But right now is a perfect indicator where economy in general on ground reality is very different from what S&P 500 seems to be showing. So I'm sure if you are one of those people who trade stocks, hopefully you made some good money, and someone's making money, so good for you. Other than that, stimulus. Republicans want to wait. They want to wait to see the June numbers, the job, the economy, and whatever so far has been done, how that is represented, before they do anything. So at least till the first week of July, which is after the 4th of July, I don't see anything happening. They want to wait till that time to bring this to table. And the reason is that probably those numbers will be a deciding factor, how that package would be put together. If the news is as positive as it was just last week with the jobs report, the package would probably be a little less compared to what they may otherwise if the news is grim. That being said, I'm sure all of us are at a point where we would like the economy to stand on its own 2 feet and not really use the crutches of this injected money. So we'll see how that works. But as of right now, this package will have to wait the first week of July. On the other hand, I want to make you guys aware that the state and cities on a local level seem to be doing their part to stimulate their local economy. So please go check your local websites, your state or city boards. Check with your local representatives and see what they are offering. Orange County in Florida seems to be doing it. Ventura County here in California certainly is doing it. I did update my social media in one of the local groups that I belong here about how Ventura County is providing $5,000 for their small businesses, and they're also helping with rent for the low-income residents to help them through these tough times. So let's definitely take a look at that. Now, coming back to IRS, they certainly are struggling with whatever is left. Last number I heard was about 10% of whatever is left from the first checks to be sent out to get them to the right owners. So if you are one of those, and you are one of those people who do not have to report the taxes because you do not earn as much, the reportable income is less, so you don't really file taxes, there is still time. October 15th is the deadline, so please go ahead and do that on the website. People struggling with their status updates, seems that the IRS is saying that they have made additional changes. So the one last time, please go check into Get My Payment and see, hopefully your status would be updated. That being said, if you have moved between 2018 to 2019 and you think that's the reason you're not getting your payment, then please do an address update with Form 8822. And once the government gets it, IRS will issue you a check accordingly to your new address. Now, coming back to the people who got their EIP card through the debit cards for the stimulus and basically trashed it, assuming they were, not of importance, there is still hope. IRS has said that they will work with MetaBank. They have worked out with MetaBank a deal where they will issue you your first replacement card free of cost. There are charges if you were to lose it the second time, but at least if you are one of those people who trashed their cards or, whatever happened to the card and you need a replacement, please do contact MetaBank. The number, according to IRS guidance, is 800-240-8100 with extension 2. And someone on the other side should be able to verify your identity and issue you your card, which you can then, I'm sure you have more than enough bills to pay. You'll have your EIP card in the mail sooner than later. And some of my clients got the Notice 1444. That's President Trump letter that the payment was issued for stimulus, but they really didn't get the payment. In that case, of course, there could be some things that they have to track. The IRS wants you to request a trace with them regarding that. The Form 3911 needs to be filed for that, or you could call the IRS. Wait times are excruciating right now, so I think filing a form will be a better choice. And as soon as they will figure out at the end of the day you didn't get it, or it went somewhere else, I'm sure they'll reissue you your check. It also brings us to the point that there are a lot of phishing schemes happening. There are a lot of scams. So please do keep a lookout on that and do not provide your sensitive data information to anyone. And basically a buyer's beware here. With that, we pretty much come to the conclusion of today's video. Thank you very much for giving me your time. And like all my videos, I do want to end them on a positive note with something to look forward for the day. And this one is from one of my favorite books that I used to read as a child, Winnie the Pooh. And this one is with Eeyore. A little consideration, a little thought for others makes all the difference. And considering what is happening around us today, I am sure we can all afford to be kind to each other. With that, I'll leave you. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.